Hi, it's Andrea from Andrea's Advice, and today I'm going to be talking about how to overcome insecurities. So I don't really think there's any one way to really get over insecurities or even a right way. I'll share like what helped me get over mine, but by no means am I saying that this will work for you or that this is the only way. When I was little, I always was kind of insecure, and it's weird because it's not necessarily like anyone constantly told me that I was ugly or any mean things or anything like that. I think personally it was just kind of me looking at other girls and seeing what's on TV and telling myself that I don't look that way, and that I guess I kind of took it as, well, I must be this and that because I don't look like that girl, or if guys want that girl, then I have to be that way, or I have to look that certain way, or I have to act that way, or etc etc. I'm not gonna necessarily say like I thought I've always been ugly. I just don't think I've always been the prettiest. But I really have a problem with like not being skinny. I'm not saying that I think I'm fat or even that fat is a bad thing. I think for me, I just have an ideal body shape or even an ideal self of myself from the outside, or my appearance or whatnot. And for me, it was like I always wanted my belly, at least, because that was really the main thing as far as like my body that I really didn't like, to be skinny. Like as far as like my thighs being big and never having a thigh gap, or being dark or maybe even too dark, or not having long flowy hair, or my nose is too big. All these things, I think it just all became like something that I would nitpick at. I guess I would always compare myself to them. Which I don't know if necessarily that's like a bad thing, but I think when you are insecure, it does kind of make it worse because you're always comparing yourself to other people when you don't need to do that. You are who you are and they are who they are. And I don't really think there's necessarily much you can ever do about that. I think for me, my senior year, I think I would say is the year I really started to, try and love myself and accept the things that maybe will never change, and learn to love it and to be proud of it. It was New Year's, and my New Year's resolution was to love myself, and I think it took a while to really get there, but I kind of learned to like accept each thing that I kind of didn't really like about myself. I accepted that I'm dark and I'm always going to be that way. I accepted that I'm not going to have a thigh gap, and I'm okay with that. I accepted that, maybe I'm never going to have like a long flowy hair, or I'm never necessarily going to be what my ideal self is going to be. I will say though that I still kind of struggle with some things, like now though I feel like I'm going about it in like a better way, as far as like me wanting to be skinnier, or I guess skinny, I don't know. I work out now, and I'm really happy that I do. Like I feel motivated and I want to do it, and I want to be healthy. I feel like that's a healthy way to go about being skinny. I used to be like the type of girl to say like I want to do this and I want to be this way and all this stuff, but I've never actually do it. And so now I feel like I'm at the point in my life where I'm actually doing things I've always said I wanted to do. I feel like obviously it's not going to happen overnight, but I know that at some point I will be skinny and it will feel good because I'm really working towards it. It's not necessarily even at this point trying to be skinny per se, it's just more so being healthy. And as far as like my nose, I always kind of will feel it's big and it's too arrow shaped. Like when I smile, like I don't know if you guys can see it, but like it's arrow shaped. I probably will get a nose job, you guys. Like I'm so sorry, I probably shouldn't be saying this, but and like I really actually honestly don't even think about it anymore. It's just kind of every once in a while I'm just like, geez, like I guess it's that one picture or something where I'm like, oh, my nose is so ugly. Or if my nose was smaller, then I wouldn't have to like try and really like fix up the picture or whatnot, or I can look better or whatever. But I will say that I am definitely in more of a better place, and I absolutely love myself. I don't think I'm necessarily ever gonna love myself 100%, but as far as like mostly being confident and all that stuff, and within who I am, what I look like, that I am there, and that I'm happy. Loving yourself, I think, is obviously definitely key, and being able to say like I'm never gonna look a certain way, or You know, these are always going to be my flaws, I guess, as far as like appearance wise. It's a good thing because it will help the process of learning to accept yourself go way quicker. I think most people usually see us, including myself, in a better way or a better limelight than we actually see ourselves. Maybe even having friends and support will definitely help you, but I think it's something that you yourself will have to overcome and will have to you know, kind of accept and learn to love yourself and kind of accept certain things. You know, I think definitely a part of loving yourself or overcoming insecurities is definitely accepting who you are, more so than pointing out the things that you don't like and then, you know, kind of wanting to change them or kind of figuring out ways to kind of hide it or whatnot. So I definitely think, you know, acceptance, loving yourself, and being honest with yourself will definitely help you in the long run and kind of help you overcome those insecurities. No one wants to feel like there's something wrong with them, and I feel like with insecurities you kind of feel that way sometimes, or that you're not as good or whatnot as someone else. But I think you kind of have to go deep inside and be honest with yourself and say, well, maybe I'm not the best looking or something, but I have XYZ that makes me, you know, just as amazing as the next person. So yeah, I think it's all about just finding yourself, and I think it definitely will take time. I don't think it's gonna be something that happens overnight or even in a month. I think it's really you just kind of going deep and really, you know, and trying to accept and, you know, love yourself, and you know, to be okay with, you know, ultimately who you will pretty much always be, and you knowing that that's okay. It should be okay for you, it'll be okay for the next person. I think it's just good to get to the place where you're okay with who you are, and I feel like even if you're not 100% okay with who you are, like once you get there, everything is fine. Like after that, like you're not really worried about things that you used to, and then maybe sometimes you'll point out the things that you don't like, but it's not going to be necessarily in the same way, or you're not necessarily going to have as much sadness or hate behind it. Yeah, I mean, because we're only human beings. There's no such thing as a perfect person. So, I mean, we can always strive to be like someone, but most of the time, you know, usually they don't even look like that on a regular basis. I think it's something that we definitely all struggle with, and it's okay, you know, don't feel like it's not or it's a bad thing, but I think it's good to kind of, you know, like I said, accept, love yourself, be honest with yourself, and in time, you'll definitely, you know, kind of be over them. And overall, you'll be more comfortable with who you are and be more confident. Yeah, so that's all I have for this video. Yeah. So remember to love yourself, because you, my friend, are amazing. You're beautiful, you're handsome, you're pretty, you're fit, you're, you know, everything anyone could ever wish for. Yeah. So have an amazing day, and remember to love yourself, and also to tell yourself that you love yourself. Yeah. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you like this video like a lot, subscribe. And if you dislike it, well, subscribe. Also, I will be posting new videos every Sunday, so be on the lookout for that. Bye.